All right, let's see. Big giant head, check. Epic adventuring music, check. Ice cold Coke Zero, check. Hi, everybody. I'm Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to Adventures After Dark. I am 23 hours late because I watched the dumpster fire that was the Nebraska Cornhuskers versus the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Congratulations to the Illini for coming into Memorial Stadium and not only beating the Huskers, but making them look completely inept in overtime. Yeah, it was very reminiscent of the last few years of Nebraska football, actually. At times brilliant, at times we were very hopeful, and then all of our dreams came crashing down around us. But that's okay. My Seahawks play Miami tomorrow, and they're at home, and Miami's starting quarterback is out with a concussion. So thank goodness for the Seahawks. That's all I can say. It keeps my football hopes and dreams alive. Um, I'm going to switch things up a little bit. Gipio checking in. Hello, Gipio. Saw you got some work done on the naval battle this weekend for our World of Warships clan. Appreciate that. And hopefully you get a chance to play with us tomorrow. That would be cool. Also, I might be doing something I'll regret later after tonight's stream. I was like, don't play Apex, don't play Apex. I know, I'll go do a Saturday edition of Adventures After Dark. So, yeah, that's a thing. Also, Gipio, I was laughing. I didn't know if you heard or not, but Mike Tomlin awarded Russell Wilson a game ball after the Steelers beat the Broncos. And one of the reporters asked him why, since Wilson didn't play, and he said, respectfully, it's really none of your business. So I don't know what kind of inside information Wilson gave them to help them beat the Broncos, but I thought that was pretty funny. Hopefully, Wilson gets a chance to see the field at some point and possibly earn a contract to play somewhere next year. Hate to see a nice guy like that be unemployed. So I imagine his wife, Sierra, is probably expensive to keep, too. Anyway, I thought I would mix things up. I'm not expecting any of the Wednesday night gang to be around tonight. This was a last minute decision to hop on to Lotro Stream and do a stream tonight. I'm excited to be here, but I have not logged into Evernight for a little while, and I thought I would log in Mandalinia, my Runekeeper, and make sure I paid the kin housing upkeep and didn't get usurped as kin leader. Not that it matters much. But at some point, I wouldn't mind coming back to Evernight and getting Umbar and actually checking that out. We got to level cap and did Gundabad, and I couldn't buy... Well, I mean, I could have. But being the last free-to-play unicorn on Earth, I didn't want to just buy Umbar. I wanted to wait for it to be available for points in the store, and by the time that happened, we'd already moved on to Gladden and started a new group for Wednesdays, and so now I'm over there doing Mordor content. But it's always good to mix it up. That's one of the nice things about Lotro, is having enough alts that you can keep things fresh, and if you want to mix things up a bit, you don't have to do the same thing over and over. I haven't been on this character in a while. I seem to have a lot of Tinkerer's lore for some reason. I don't have any pending loot to worry about. Let's talk to our Vault Keeper.
How can I be of service?
I would like you to hold on to some stuff for me. Yeah, it's not unusual for all of my characters to have storage issues. So, there it was. There it goes. Perfect. I can't even imagine what else I need to put away. I guess while we're thinking about it, let's take a look at the housing stuff. Home of Galandriel. Maintenance. Unlock house. Done. Upkeep. Done. So yeah, this particular character is fairly wealthy. Um, I had 1,000 game fish in storage when they came out with Gundabad cooking recipes, and I think I sold them all for almost a gold piece each. And I think this is the same character. Apulu Felgar asked, "Hey, do you need any help with anything?" I was like, "Oh, I could use about 800 gold pieces." And bless him, Apulu Felgar sent me 800 gold pieces just because I said that. Didn't actually need the 800 gold pieces, but that's just the kind of guy Apulu is. So while I'm thinking about it, let's shout him out. Let's try it without a hyphen. Apulu Felgar. I haven't shouted him out in so long, I forgot how to type it in. There we go. He was last thing playing Lord of the Rings online. He also plays some Star Trek online and probably a couple of other things. So, yeah, maybe in today's day and age, 961 gold's not considered that much money. It is for me, though. I don't usually grind just for the sake of grinding. And let's see. Our kinship home. Maintenance on that. I think Zinger's probably pretty good about taking care of stuff like that. Yeah, it only has 2 weeks of maintenance available. It's paid up through March. But as long as I'm in here in the window, I'll make my contribution. Is there anything else I can store away? Both are completely packed. So... pairs of fish fillets. Do I have fish fillets stored? I have fish fillets in my personal storage. Nothing wrong with that. Sunstones. Moat-worthy craft. Ember-worthy craft. Tattered Gundabad parchments. Gundabad wax. There's just too much stuff. Delving garnet. Preserved relic of Gundabad. Relics of Gundabad. Oh, good. Apparently I could just use those for something. Ooh, large crafting carry-all. What are the odds this thing's completely full? I think it's almost all cooking ingredients, in fact. People are like, why don't you have a carry-all, Ed? It doesn't matter. If I have a carry-all, I just fill it. Dwarf-made treasures. Can't do anything with those. So that looks like a pretty nice vitality object. That's a fairly weak cloak. Well, it's good from a vitality standpoint. Alright, let's close that. Let's close that. Let's close that. And let's go back to the bag. Let's try this again, Ed. You do not have enough room to do that. I think that means I've got the maximum of whatever that was going to make that into. Script, maybe? Sir Waffles says, Saturday Adventures After Dark, what does the world come to? Good to see you, Ed. Hello, Sir Waffles. I was just apologizing for missing last night to watch that debacle of a Husker game. It was a rare Friday night game for Nebraska, and yeah, it was really good for about 3 quarters. I was listening to people. Oh well, we're 3-1. We haven't been 3-1 in a long. It's like, no, I saw stupid penalties. I saw them basically go to sleep after the first half of the game. I saw the other team's coaches making adjustments. I saw our coaching staff not making adjustments. It was just frustrating. It was just, I mean, silver signet of the arms master. It's a barter item. I got me a pirate hat, enchantment runes. What's that? 17-year gift box. See if I can use the enchantment runes on something real quick. I can. No one likes to defeat snatched from the jaws of victory. Yeah, it was heartbreaking. It's like, oh, really, guys? You're going to do this again? I mean, I don't mind going out and getting beat. It happens. One good example of that was, I want to say it was the 93 Orange Bowl, where we kept going back and forth against Florida State, and they ended up winning on a last-second field goal. I mean, that was just whoever had the ball last. That's one thing. And had the Huskers pulled that game out, they would have had 3 back-to-back national championships. 93, 94, 95. As it turned out, they only got 94 and 95. They also got 97. But the 95 Husker team, I did not realize this. I just heard this mentioned a week or two ago. The 1995 national championship Cornhusker team did not give up a sack the entire season. That's pretty mind-blowing. That's the kind of offensive line Nebraska used to produce, and that is ancient history now. It's just glory days. Anyway, nobody wants to hear me sing, including me. So what's that? Sealed tracery rare. Something I don't care about. Can't crush that. It must be full of script. So maximum 150, maximum 150, maximum 150. That would explain why I don't need any script. Apparently I did a pretty good job with my LI items on this character. And that's okay. Well, we got a few pack spaces. Let's go do some task item turn-ins and see if we can get a few more. I have a whole bunch of whatever this is. Frost-rimmed skins. 131. Well, I guess 95 was a good year. I was born that year. Nice. I also remember a lot of really good Husker teams in the 80s that would have a great season going, and we would run into Oklahoma every year the day after Thanksgiving. And, man, it just seemed like Barry Switzer had Tom Osborne's number. We'd lose those games, and it was like, we left it all on the field. Oklahoma just outplayed us. It was nip and tuck. There was no disgrace in those losses. But for those of you who didn't see the game last night, Nebraska went down 7-0 on an early drive by Illinois. They came back and got a field goal. The defense went and got a fumble. And then the Huskers took the lead 10-7. And they basically maintained the lead almost through the whole game. Illinois came back and tied it later in the second half. And We might have gone in at halftime tied. I don't remember for sure. But, I mean, it was a close game. Illinois played some really good football. It looked like the Huskers were causing problems. But by the third quarter, they'd made some adjustments. Their quarterback looked really good. They were moving the ball effectively. And we had been all game, and then all of a sudden it was like, we forgot how to play football. So, mid third quarter, fourth quarter, very frustrating because you could just tell it was starting to turn. But the Huskers took a knee with like 25 seconds left, went to overtime, which, if you're playing at home, overtime is normally fine. They say win on the road, tie at home. So, I mean, traditional smart coaching strategy, just don't force anything stupid, go to overtime. Illinois wins the toss, they defer, so maybe the Huskers won the toss. They deferred. They wanted the ball second so they could see what Illinois got done so they could go from there. First play from scrimmage in overtime. Off tackle left, running back goes for 21 yards. You start on the 25-yard line. So it's second and goal from the 4. Next play, Illinois, quick pass across to an out pattern to a tight end in the end zone. There's nobody within 6 to 8 yards of him. He's wide open, easy catch for a touchdown, extra point. And then the Huskers, I think they had an incomplete pass on 1st and 10, and then they went backwards on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down. Tackled for a loss, sacked. It was like, oh my God, you guys are going the wrong way. And just couldn't get anything done. They looked inept on both sides of the ball in overtime. And it was like, you guys just wasted an hour. You could have just forfeited the game 3.5 hours ago and saved everybody a lot of heartache. It was just like they didn't show up to play for the overtime period. It was just baffling. Very, very distressing. Anyway, that's enough football talk, I think. But that's what I was doing last night, and that's why I am playing and streaming tonight. So, what did I say? Frost Rim Skin, right? I got a lot of it? Yeah. Let's see if we can get a couple more pack spaces open by getting rid of some more Frost Rimmed Skin. And why do we do task item turn-ins, boys and girls? Because they're good and good for you. I don't know. If you're a lower level character player and you're like, do I really need to do task item turn-ins? I don't know if you can see what's pulling up here. Every time I turn in a 10 pack of these frost rimmed skins, it's 139,000 XP. If you're not doing task item turn-ins, you're leaving a lot of experience points on the table. Do your task item turn-ins every day. They're good and good for you. You earn experience points, you earn item experience points, you earn war steed experience points, you earn reputation points, you earn cosmetics, you earn titles, and if you turn in enough of them, you can even earn some Lotro points. There's no downside to turning in task items, and it's way more rewarding to do it this way than to just go vendor them. Is that all of them? There we go. Task limit reached. That's what we're looking for. 10 of 10. Title awarded. Resolute. So now I have another one of those to turn into my storage vault keeper. And apparently I'm already at max reputation with Gundabad, which is fine. I'm not getting any item experience for these anymore. Need you to hold on to some stuff. There you go. Tome of Fate 12, Tome of Might 5, Tome of Vitality 14. So again, that's a large crafting carry-all. Large. It's the biggest you can get. It only has cooking ingredients in it. I have all of this other crafting stuff tucked into different places because you just there's so much of it you can't store it all. It's just like it's crazy. And one of the things I like to do if I'm going to be
How may I be of service?
collecting my Hobbit present, you may as well be a vendor in case they give you something that you just want to sell. Universal crafting lore, I do not want to sell. I will keep that. Thank you very much. And now I've got 7 open pack slots, which is a lot for me. So we'll get going here. Also, I think I shared this while I was streaming the other night. Might have been Wednesday night I read this. I'll read it again because I thought it was pretty hilarious. But I always enjoy when I post to Netflix, or not Netflix, when I post to YouTube, and I get feedback. I usually try to go read it, and if I find it particularly critical or harsh, I'm usually amused by it. So what was it they said?
Posting on Netflix lately, huh?
Not Netflix.
Spending
YouTube.
in the store.
Hello,
So
SKDX Killer. How are you?
Fabulous. Other than rainy day.
So let's read what these guys said about me because I was pretty amused. Let's see what we got here. Old man glasses activate. So the first comment was by VYsian 980. You guys got to work on who you let release videos for Lotro. Dude is doing stuff that's pointless, and you constantly hear him drinking or eating every mouse click. And somebody replied, I mean, let him stream, but don't upload non-SSG videos to this channel. And then somebody else replied, played this game devotedly until 11 years ago when my life circumstances suddenly changed significantly, been feeling nostalgic for the game and character that I invested so much time in. I was never one for alts, just dedicated my play to a single character. If I reinstalled, would that character be waiting for me, or would I have to start all over again? And
Sure, you'd have to start over.
well, I replied, it's quite possible your character's waiting for you to log in. There has been some server consolidation, and it may depend on whether you played on a North American or European server. It won't cost you anything to install the game and try logging into your old account. Good luck. And then VYsian replied, your character will always be there waiting for you, which actually isn't true. Not always, but hopefully that works out for the poster. But I was amused those guys were trashing me. They were just shocked that somebody would be eating and drinking and doing something pointless in a game that's played for fun. And I think in the video, it wasn't like we were just out screwing off. I think we were out hunting down war bands and maybe doing some roving threat stuff. Yeah, we did roving threats of North Downs and Angmar. It's not like that's pointless. Although, given the state of gift givers brands, they certainly aren't what they used to be. But it's like fish. If you stockpile those, when they do something useful with them again, I'll have a big pile of them waiting. I didn't expect 1,000 fish would be useful, but it turned out to be quite lucrative. What have you been up to, Nick? What have you been playing, buddy?
Swartor?
Okay. Yeah, Tex Ramus has been playing a lot of that, too.
Yeah, I streamed last night for the first time in God knows how long, and had a couple of our friends pop in.
Nice. They're probably glad to
That's
see
cool.
actually streaming again.
Yeah, I had like 4 hours to kill, so I was just like, you know what? I bet streaming would make this go a lot quicker. And it did. Me and my friend have been watching Lord of the Rings, so I had to wait for her to get home from work at 11 o'clock, and I'm like, yep, you know what? Streaming sounds like the perfect thing to do.
I mean, that's my take on it, is when I stream, it's like, I was going to be playing video games anyway, so why not hang out with y'all? And I know some people don't like the sound of somebody eating, but it's like, I don't know anybody who doesn't snack while they're gaming. I mean, it's unnatural to not snack and drink soda when you're at your computer.
Bro, I used to eat wings when I streamed, so I don't know
Yeah.
if anyone.
I
I used to be
mean,
like, yeah, I'm just gonna mail in these wings real quick, guys, while I talk to you.
and then I thought the why is he doing pointless stuff comment was pretty funny. It's like, what should I be doing? Should it just be,
I think
raid level
I think
content at max
the
level?
the mouse click thing, I guess I can understand hearing somebody click all the time, but that's more of like a gain. Like you can just adjust your gain or whatever, versus like,
Yeah.
oh, you're just doing a bunch of nothing. It's like, is there something specific I'm supposed to be doing on Lotro stream?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I did free to play Fridays. That was a whole series, and we're doing group content. I mean, I'm showing off stuff that a lot of people don't get a chance to do because they don't belong to a kinship. They don't group up and go do, epic battles. They don't do war bands. They don't hunt roving threats. Antler says, "Oh my God, Ed on Evernight? Yeah, we used to play on Evernight before we started the Gladden group, Antler." And hello, Antler. Speaking of people who haven't been streaming much, have you actually gotten any streaming done lately, Antler? Not really. He did stream some World of Warships, apparently. Nothing wrong with that. Hopefully, you're getting some work in for the naval battle this weekend, Antler.
The
Gipio
way I was
has.
thinking about it, the way I was thinking about it is because Lotro, for whatever reason, does not want to compensate and communicate with me here. Not them, the game itself just being jank. I thought, hey, you know what probably has a similar like community type feel to it and is also an MMO. A lot of crossover, good communities. I like that.
Between what and what?
It's like it felt like Lotro and like SWTOR are two totally different games, but it feels like the same kind of small knit like community.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lotro streamers who play both. There's a lot of Lotro streamers who also play DDO, who play World of Warcraft. I mean, most of us just like to game.
Yeah, I think Gipio, Gormaball showed up. Gore showed up. It was nice little stream.
Good
Get
group.
used to it all again.
Good.
The nice 6 cents that I got off ads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's one thing I can say is I don't have to worry about all of the Twitch money I'm making wrecking my tax plans. That's okay. Like I said, I was going to be gaming anyway. And for those of you who don't want to hear me chug Coke Zero, please go ahead and mute me now. Cheers. It's good stuff.
Could be worse. You could be drinking with a straw and you'll like the noise that straws make.
Oh, looks like Ken will let his house go.
Went to the movies last week for the first time.
Nice. What'd you go see? Forbin Kid checking in. Hi, Forbin Kid. Nick, what movie did you go see?
I apologize. I spaced out for a second. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay, yeah. Mrs. M and I went to go see that a few weeks ago.
Have you seen the other two?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So me and Linda. So it was me, my dad, Linda, and her son went, and me and Linda both said it was the weakest of the three, but it was still good.
It was terrible as a movie. It was fun, though.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, there's like no story to this, and it's basically fanfare. It's just like, hey, here's everything a fan could want. Like,
well, it was basically, I mean, it was cool that they did cameos with so many of the forgotten Marvel stars.
yeah,
Seeing
Love that.
Jennifer Garner and Wesley Snipes and all those guys, I thought was great. But it was mostly 2 hours of Ryan Reynolds making fun of Disney and Marvel, which I was completely okay with. And then the ironic part was it going on to make, I don't know, $2 billion. Whatever the hell it's going to end up making.
My
But
dad wants to see the new Alien that came out.
that was good. It wasn't. I mean, I was joking that I had to go see it because I wanted to learn about all the nuances and new themes that they didn't get to cover during the first 14 movies. Um, I mean, there's been a lot of Alien movies, and I don't. This one didn't
Oh yeah,
really break any new ground in particular, but I thought it was well done. It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it.
it had decent ratings from what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was it was just an aliens movie, but I liked where they fit it in the timeline. Actually, I thought that was pretty cool. It's like an alternate storyline that takes place in between Alien and Aliens.
Mm.
After the events that happened during the very first Alien movie, the corporation sends a ship out to go looking for the creature they blew out of the airlock, and they found it and they took it to a research station to study it, and that's basically where things kick off.
Movies got expensive though, man.
Yeah, and that's the problem is movies are so expensive to make that studios won't take any risks coming out with something new or trying something different. That's why you're getting Alien 17. That's where you're getting, Deadpool 3. That's why you're
Well,
getting
it's like those comedy. It's like those trash comedy movies we got in like the mid 2000s, like Talladega Nights and Benchwarmers and Blades of Glory. I'm like, yeah, they don't make those anymore.
I don't know. There's not that much that's funny. One of the problems is political correctness. Everybody's so afraid of offending somebody that nothing's funny anymore.
I'm offended that you're offended.
Exactly. And it's hard to do comedy. You can't. Comedy is normally making fun of people, and there's a certain segment of the population who just think that's terrible. It's like, how dare you have fun? And I
Apparently,
get it from both perspectives.
did you hear that Happy Gilmore is getting a sequel?
There's a perfect example of a movie that needed no sequel.
Oh well, the rumor is that Adam Sandler said there's too much wokeness going on, so he's
Yeah.
like, this movie is going to be anti-woke, and I'm like, oh, I have to see that now. I'm like, it's all the problems that I've had with everything that's come out recently. I might go see that Lord of the Rings animated movie when it comes out. Depends on how it does.
Gipio says, surprised we haven't seen Saw 20 yet. Yep.
Oh, dude, they're gonna watch. They'll bring Michael Myers back. They're just gonna be
Jacob
like,
Jacob
oh, yeah,
Jacob
like,
says, new alien moneymaker, bigger face hugger, banging away.
okay, they just gotta get original and make something new. It's just they don't want to spend money.
Well, I mean, no, they spend plenty of money, but it's got to be a sure thing. I hated The Force Awakens. I mean, I don't know if you remember me going off on Alapenya's channel about it after I went and saw it. How boring and derivative it was, and how they were so in love with the original source material, they were afraid to update or change anything. And I mean, the plot holes were just ridiculous, and you could drive a Mack truck through them. It's just, and everything I said is still completely true to this day. And it's just, the Star Trek reboot. It was like, oh, J.J. Abrams is going to turn Star Trek into basically a car chase in space for 3 movies. Those were so stupid and pointless, I forgot they even came out with a third one. And I was a huge Star Trek fan growing up. I love Star Wars too. I remember seeing A New Hope in the theater for the first time. Seeing a Star Destroyer on the big screen when you were a kid, that was amazing. In fact, if you've never seen Star Wars on a big screen, boy, you missed out.
I saw Return of the Jedi last year for its 40th anniversary in theaters. It was great.
Nice.
I was hoping that they were going to put the original airing of it and not the 1998 George Lucas remastered edition, but beggars can't be choosers apparently.
Party Tree, North Downs, at Moors, Dwarf Holes. I don't know. I just wanted to dust off my Runekeeper. I might run some Gundabad missions for giggles. Didn't really have an agenda tonight, just wanted to mix it up. Play a character I haven't been on for a little while. Go wreck some orcs.
I watched Two Towers yesterday. It was pretty good.
Well, I remember when they were all upset they were actually going to name the movie after the book after the World Trade Center attack. Oh, you can't call it the Two Towers.
You mean the thing that was made before those things were even built? Okay.
Yeah. That was a controversy. To their credit, you know, they were like, yeah, we're still going to call it that. Sorry.
Yeah, we watched the extended edition of The Fellowship on Thursday, and then yesterday we watched the normal edition of The Two Towers because it was all we had access to. And I was just like, yeah, the Return of the King is 5 hours and 10 minutes long extended, so...
Apparently I have to destroy spiders' nests or they keep producing spiders. I was just surprised I looked down and remembered how to use this Runekeeper. It's been a while.
I remember when they came out with the Runekeeper.
You're old.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
That was before my time.
I'll be by it.
Antler says, but remember, Ed, the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek is that Star Trek got it right and Star Wars didn't. Did they? I just heard that Mila just agreed for a Resident Evil 8. That's awesome. You know, I loved Resident Evil. I am a big fan of that franchise. I remember we had somebody come into my game store like a year before the PlayStation launched here in the U.S., and they had brought one back from Japan with them. It was an exchange student who'd gone overseas and had bought a PlayStation in Japan. And I was so blown away. Tekken and Toshinden and Ridge Racer, there's a lot of great games that were really groundbreaking for the time. But Resident Evil was different than anything else that was out at that time. The original Resident Evil for the PlayStation, that was a system seller of a game. That was a big deal. That was something special. And in all fairness to Mila, I love all the Resident Evil movies. I've sat through all of them. They're not great. They're a good excuse to eat popcorn. They're fun. And do they get a little over the top and a little silly? It's okay. You know. From a movie standpoint, they were much more coherent than Wolverine and Deadpool. Which, if you haven't seen it, that's a good excuse to go eat popcorn. It was a lot of fun. Not a good movie from a technical storytelling standpoint, but it was entertaining. And I did laugh heartily through the whole thing. That's what I thought when I saw Lara Croft Tomb Raider movies, but I've not seen the recent one where they replaced Angelina with the new Lara Croft. It was okay. I'd go see another Tomb Raider movie. Tomb Raider was another game that when it came out, it was different than anything else that was out before it, and it was a lot of fun. 24 Raiders from Positively Evil have joined. Hello, Raiders, and hello, Positively Evil. Positively Evil was streaming some Lord of the Rings online. Hopefully you guys had fun tonight. I was laughing reading some feedback from my YouTube post from last week's stream where I was chided for eating, drinking, and clicking loudly. And I think they said it was mouse clicks, but I think my keyboard's noisier than my mouse. Although you can probably hear both. I have a Razer Basilisk X wireless mouse. I don't think it's particularly noisy, but my HyperX RGB 10 keyless keyboard, this thing's a little clicky. I'm trying to remember what keys are on this thing. I think it's red. I think brown keys are quieter. Reds aren't supposed to be particularly loud, but I bought the wife a mechanical keyboard that's RGB, and it's got Chinese generic blue mechanical keys. That's a clicky keyboard. Although normally if I'm getting my butt handed to me in game, I'm usually hammering the keyboard pretty hard. So that's a thing. But yeah, I was rather amused that they were concerned somebody of my poor quality was streaming and posting on the Loco YouTube channel. And it's like, dude, I've been doing this for 8 years. I've been sucking at this for a long time. So, you know. And then they said most of the stuff I do is pointless, and it's like, it's a video game. It's supposed to be pointless. I'm having fun. If there was a higher purpose to video gaming, then, you know, we probably wouldn't bother to do it. I'm just chillaxing. And I would rather do this than watch movies or TV. In fact, one of the things that might have been on the agenda for Mrs. M and I tonight was it's like, maybe there's something playing at the movie theater. Because we've got an AMC 14-plex 3 blocks from where we live, and I looked at the listings. There's nothing out right now. I mean, they were so desperate for anything to show that I think they actually had an animated Batman, and they were showing... I had a couple of Batman movies, and I think it was Dark Knight Rises, and then some animated thing, and it was like, the only reason they would even be showing those is because they got nothing else to show. You know, we're, what, a year out from that writer's strike, so there's probably not a whole lot of content for movie theaters right now. And TV's just abysmal. Not to mention with the election 60 days away. It's like, oh, for the love of Pete, quit showing me election ads. Actually, it's only about 5 weeks. I guess it's coming up sooner than I thought. The suck is strong with this one. You're not wrong. My lack of talent and skill holds me back from a number of things. I'm just a guy having fun gaming and talking to y'all. Never said I was good at this. That's why I encourage other people to get into streaming. If you have any inkling that you want to start streaming, you should do it. You should give it a try. If I can do it, it's not that hard, and you can probably get better than me really quick. I don't have a green screen. I don't put a screen overlay over my channel. I never even bothered to put a background up, and we've been in this new place for a year and a half. I don't care. I got a blank wall behind me, and I haven't done much to soundproof the room. Although I did adjust my microphone settings, and I tried to turn the gain down. But I don't like having the microphone right up in my face. It's actually next to the webcam, just to the side of it. It is. I bought a shock mount for my boom so that when I thump the desk, it wouldn't be so loud, but it doesn't help. It's still loud. If I thump the desk, you still hear it. I don't know. I have a Blue Yeti mic, and for whatever reason, my Blue Yeti does not seem to be blessed with very many virtues. I think it sounds good, but the cardioid pattern, where it's only supposed to pick up what's directly in front of it, picks up the whole house. And then I can't. I have a hard time getting the sound set up so that there's not a lot of background noise. I've tried adjusting for that, and I'm not a sound engineer. Batman Forever and Mask of the Phantasm. That is correct, Antler. Those are what's playing. Gantaran checking in. Hello, Gantaran. Happy weekend to you, good sir. Let's get Gantaran a shout out. He is back home and doing some streaming. He's been playing some Smite. It's Batman Day. That's probably why. Yeah, I wouldn't even know that it was Batman Day. Why is that a thing? I thought it was National Pepperoni Pizza Day. That's something to get excited about. As long as you're at the keyboard wanting to contribute, Antler, look up exactly what day is National Pepperoni Pizza Day and what are the local pepperoni pizza specials from all of the major pizza places. And I'll apologize for having just drank on camera. Oh, this guy on Lotro stream. Oh, he's doing Gundabad missions. It's so pointless. I could hear his keyboard clicking. I'm triggered.
To the past and to the wind. Put your back to the past and to the wind.
So, in the unlikely event any of my many critics are watching out there, you can probably stream better than me. Feel free to start, and once you get going, I'll even recommend you for Lotro stream. One of the reasons I'm able to just pop on a Saturday when I skipped my own Friday stream is there ain't nobody scheduled past 8 a.m. Red Baron streamed early this morning, and it's been wide open all day. So, yeah. There is room for you to stream on Lotro stream. That's why if you ever notice after I log out, I change the stream title to Your Name Here. And if you click ! streamer after I've logged out, the streamer name pops up as Your Name Here, because there is room for you to be streaming on Lotro stream. Don't be like me, do a good job. That was weird. Come to Butthead. That looks about right. That charged fulgurite runestone, it's basically like a bug zapper, but for hobgoblins. Is that a frost grim or just some weird effect? It's just a weird effect, apparently. I don't think I have to. There's nothing there, is there? It's just messing with my pea brain that there's like a whirlwind there. Ice giant. Alright, let's kill us an ice giant. Also, for anybody who might have missed it, hearty congratulations to Bloodborne. Bloodborne got on the front page of Twitch and had like 1,500 viewers simultaneously last week. It was fantastic, and couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I think he represents Lord of the Rings online very, very well, and I was glad to see him get that recognition. So we'll shout out Bloodborne while we're doing it. Domino's, Papa John's, Papa Murphy's, Little Caesars have specials, but don't know if they're still going on. You'd think maybe they do it all weekend. I guess I'm saving the Ice Giants. The Ice Giants are friendly, which is weird. I've never seen friendly Ice Giants before. Normally they're kill on sight loot.
I returned.
Welcome back. Did you see Bloodborne was on the front page of Twitch and had like 1,500 simultaneous viewers the other day?
No.
Yep, it's true.
For what, Lotro?
Yeah.
They just randomly chose to do that. I think technically, if you were the first, like if you're in first place in the stream rankings of your game, you have a chance of always being featured on the front page.
It's very cool.
And he is definitely the man.
He's the ding-dong daddy, no doubt about it. As far as I know, only he and Stina are the only two Lotro streamers who've made it to partner. Anybody in chat who can correct that, please feel free.
Pretty cool.
I'm usually wrong more before 9 a.m. than most people are all day, and my wife assures me that I'm wrong even more than I think I am, so... But man, what a great time to be in the Lotro community. We got streamers blowing up, we got updates, we got great add-ons, we got Minas Morgul and Mordor unlocked. We got more big plans for the game coming. We got legendary servers.
Like old school?
Well, they're doing
What
some...
they promised.
No, they've been doing some crazy stuff on the Mordor and Angmar servers. Everybody seems to be enjoying that quite a bit. I've never been on them because I'm free to play. They're VIP only.
No, wait, not you.
I know. I wish I could subscribe to Lotro, but I have to keep all of my spare money available to buy treats for Mrs. M. If I ever tell her that we can't go out for Korean food because I don't have the money, she'll just kill me in my sleep for the insurance money so she can go get some bulgogi. Why did this guy just suddenly spawn? That's really weird. When I was talking about all of that feedback I got on YouTube from those guys, I was laughing because at least the original poster didn't mention how old and fat I am, so that was pretty classy. You do not have the corresponding quest to go in there. But apparently I have missed an ice pillar. Nick, let me know if you see a big shiny ice pillar that I missed.
What's that?
Antler says there's no such thing as classy. I got that one.
Did you have to not stream last night?
Nebraska played last night. I watched the Cornhusker game, much to my chagrin, because they basically crapped down their leg at the end. Not basically, they completely crapped down their leg at the end. There's that ice pillar I missed.
Darn it.
Yep. All right. Regroup near the bridge. We ride for the bridge and for glory. Actually, there's a South Park reference to Classy that I cannot repeat here on Lotro Stream. I will clip it and maybe post it for you on Herky's Dodgy Jokes board.
Put your back to the past and to the wind. There is much to be done and little time for talk.
Well, the good news for those of you who are tired of listening to me munch on snacks, probably not going to do a lot of snacking tonight. Mrs. M and I went to a Middle Eastern restaurant for dinner and loaded up. It was quite good. In fact, the snack I was probably eating last week that they found so offensive was wheat thins and hummus. And the store-bought hummus I've been getting is pretty good, but this place we went to, the hummus is off the charts how good it was. Perfectly seasoned, rich, smooth. What's normally missing from store-bought hummus, the two most expensive ingredients from a proper hummus are going to be the olive oil, particularly extra virgin olive oil, and then the tahini, which is the ground toasted sunflower seed, not sunflower seeds, sesame seeds. And a good quart of olive oil is going to cost you $15 for high quality extra virgin. And then a jar of tahini might be $12 or $15. So good high quality hummus is not inexpensive. And I think we paid $7.99 for a little bowl of hummus with some warm pita bread, all of which was fantastic. Antler probably doesn't know this restaurant. It's called El Basha. It's on 75th and Pacific here in Omaha. And it's just, the food is consistently excellent, and the prices, it was like $12 for our entrees. That was a combo platter. I got a kafka kebab wrap with warm potato salad and a lettuce salad. They make their dressing in-house, It's olive oil and lemon juice with seasonings and spices. And a drink's included for that price. And Mrs. M got the beef shawarma over rice with a salad and iced tea, and everything was just fantastic. But the hummus there is so much better than anything you can buy in the store. It's hard to describe. Moonrager checking in. Hi, Moonrager. How have you been? Good seeing you. It's kind of fun streaming on Saturday. I'm talking to a few people I haven't seen in a while. That is pretty awesome. So, hopefully the Huskers will bounce back from last night's disappointment. Adversity can either cause a team to fold and give up, or it can cause them to bond together and unite them in a way that success maybe can't. So there's still a lot of season left. They are 3-1. The Huskers haven't been bowl eligible in a long time, but and I can't say that I would have been happy about missing the game, even knowing the outcome. Mrs. M and I are cable cutters and have not had cable TV for a long time. And the one good thing about last night was the game was on our regular local Fox station. You didn't have to have a cable sports package. It wasn't Big Ten Network. It wasn't on the Ocho.
Not the Ocho.
So we were actually just able to... What? Yeah, I'll be out in a little bit.
She needs something.
Yeah, she wants me to turn the living room fan on because she's warm. The temperature's supposed to plummet tonight. In fact, we should have a cold front moving through right now. And it was like 90 degrees today. And I was kind of laughing because the 21st is the autumn equinox. And we're literally going from summer to fall instantly tonight. It's going to go from like 90 degrees down into the 50s tonight.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like yowza. But I'm talking like a high of 70 tomorrow, 20 degrees lower. It was okay. Today was a little unpleasantly warm. Plus it was overcast and muggy all day. We really needed some rain and didn't get much. It's supposed to be raining all day tomorrow, or at least for a lot of the day. We'll see what we get. But she's got a pedestal fan by her out in the living room, and unfortunately the problem with it is there's only two settings on it, off and too cold. So I'll go out there and turn it on, and then 30 minutes from now she'll be like, "Can you shut the fan off? I'm freezing." Yes.
You gotta get a remote for that.
Yeah. Well, I've talked about it before. There's something about the sound of your husband's butt hitting a chair cushion that makes wives need something. I don't understand the psychology, but okay. The good news for her is that I need a Coke Zero anyway. So I will probably finish this up and then go grab a fresh drink and get her fan going. The dumb part is I actually had the fan here with me in this room and used to run it while I was gaming alone, but it makes too much noise to run while I was streaming. So she was complaining about being hot, and I was like, I've got just the cure for you. Tower says, I see my help isn't needed for the naval battle. I think we have this weekend won. Don't be so sure. It's pretty easy to ratchet up past the initial damage levels. So if you have a couple of favorites, you should probably go sail them. Won't hurt anything by trying, and you might actually get us a few extra points we'll end up needing. There's no reason not to play. I had almost 500,000 free XP just sitting there. So I actually went out and... Oh, it says I have to exit the vault. This was timed. I only have like 20 seconds to leave. Hope I'm going the right way. I think I'm going to fail this because I didn't exit the vault in time. I didn't realize this was timed. I've just been sitting here wandering around in circles, yakking away. Failed mission gold rush. Yeah, I was just lollygagging. I got to run this one over. Well. That's what you get for not paying attention, Ed. Anyway, Church Stream Hype. I'll be right back. Nick, tell everybody a story to keep them entertained.
Oh, God.
Nothing too lurid, please.
I have no stories for you. He puts me on the spot every time it's wrong. I don't live an interesting life like he does. I will share hype stream him though.
Alrighty. Whoop, I knocked over my giant check. We have not made the new check yet. Make-A-Wish. We earned $8,000 from the 2024 air show. It was a fantastic result. I am very happy with that. And you guys were a big part of it. Again, I mentioned it a stream or two ago. Still the truth. Man, we got a good crowd tonight. There's 42 people on. Somebody should be streaming on Saturdays. It's a good crowd, yeah. So apparently I need to move a little faster through here. Collect the treasure and exit the vault. Hoping Mrs. M's eaten enough French toast sticks from Burger King this week that I won't have to make pancakes tomorrow. Die, Gloomwater scum. Moonrager says if you follow the left wall and just grab every nearest, you should be fine on time. That is good sound advice. Although when I was playing Alien versus Predator on the Atari Jaguar, I always did right turns when going through the air duct system. Pro player tip.
Probably a sentence not many people ever expected to hear again. 20 years, good luck finding any of those.
I still have mine.
I feel like, I don't know, not many of those were probably sold, so I feel like that'll be one that's going to be a collector's item in 20 years. Not that they'll work, though.
They never really had any reliability problems with them. They were cartridge based, so everything was solid state. And in fact, I packed up Mrs. M's Atari Jaguar and shipped it off to Cordovan for free because he's an Atari collector. If you go to his personal channel, Mock Duck, here on Twitch, he actually did some Jaguar gaming and streamed it. If you don't already know my real name, he did not clear the high score total on Cybermorph, the pack-in game, and my name appeared prominently in his video because I had all of the high scores on the leaderboard. Yeah, the Jaguar was a funny system. Graphically, it was advanced for the time, but
Was it 32-bit or 64-bit it was claiming to be?
64-bit graphics chip. And a 16-bit system processor. But it did have 64-bit graphics. That wasn't a bogus claim at the time, but I mean at the time it wasn't. To be able to do polygon graphics at all was pretty extraordinary back then. I mean, it came out ahead of any type of 3D graphics acceleration on the PC by a couple of years. You didn't have NVIDIA, you didn't have 3DFX. The earliest 3D accelerators, there was like something called S3 Verge back in the day, and it was actually a graphics decelerator. If you ran Descent with the Verge graphics enhancements on, it actually slowed the frame rate down. So, I mean, the Atari system was very advanced for its time, but it was a laugh by today's standards. But the thing that was unique about it was the same thing that was unique about the Dreamcast. There were fun, original games. There were some stinkers, don't get me wrong. Club Drive was a horrible, horrible game. Checkered Flag wasn't great. What about the Dreamcast?
Was ahead of its time.
Dreamcast was a phenomenal system. What killed the Dreamcast, in my opinion, was there was so much pre-launch hype by Sony about the PlayStation 2 that people were like, they were hanging on to their Super Nintendos and Genesises waiting for the PlayStation 2 to come out. It was like, oh, I want to wait for the PlayStation 2. And it's like, the Dreamcast is here. It's got great graphics, great sound, innovative control system, a ton of cool, fun, original games. Yeah, online play. It had a built-in modem.
Windows online. It's like Windows CE or something.
Yeah, Windows CE. And there was just a ton of really fun games. Dreamcast was a great system. And it was like, oh, I don't want to spend any money on something until the PlayStation 2 comes out. And it was like, okay. I still have my Dreamcast out in the garage.
PS2 was also a DVD player in a time where a DVD player cost usually the same price as a PlayStation 2, so...
Yep, fair enough. I mean, they did a nice job marketing it. I'll give them credit for that.
Like, how many people just bought that, not even because they had, like, a reason to play a game, but it's like, oh, it's a, also a DVD player?
Well, and then the 3 was a lot of people's first Blu-ray player, too.
Yeah, imagine being Microsoft and going with HD DVD or whatever.
Well, they had to make that call way ahead of time, and who knew?
Yeah, now PlayStation sells a removable disc tray if you
There is
want it,
much
but
to be done
Xbox,
and little time for
I'm
talk.
kind of sad that they don't allow Microsoft themselves don't allow you to just go pick up
Only
like
a
a
drug
portable
shows mercy and
DVD
valor.
drive and plug it in and have it work.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Okay, just making sure this one's not timed. But what's funny about it is I've got a DVD writer, an external one I bought for the new PC. And I mean, it was like 25 bucks. And it just plugs into USB port, and it's dead solid, simple, reliable, and I don't know why having an optical drive is such a problem. I mean, they're trying to get away from optical drives to prevent piracy, but
It's like in cars, like they don't even bother putting in cars really anymore.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. My lease was up on my Subaru, and I went out and got a Volkswagen Tiguan. It sits up a little higher, and there's room in the back to fit Mrs. M's chair without having to fold the seats down. So we can actually take 4 or 5 people out to dinner. Which we just did recently for my nephew's birthday. But what's funny about it is the USB ports in it are USB-C only. So I had to buy a USB flash drive with a USB-C input so I could play my own music in the car. And I have to say, I'm not real thrilled with Android Auto.
No.
Might just be my phone, or maybe the Volkswagen system's janky. But I got to give props to Toyota. Toyota's Blu-ray connectivity with my phones was always seamless. Subaru wasn't bad, but so far the Volkswagen one's a little shaky. And it might just be my phone. But I'm not really a phone guy. I'm not going to worry about it too much.
As long as there's Bluetooth and I can use Spotify, I don't care.
Tower runs a full Android head unit in his car. Moonrager says Voodoo. Man, Voodoo cards were the bomb diggity back in the day. I loved 3DFX.
This sounds like it's before my time, or
It is.
right around my birth time.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Is the Jaguar was out '93, and you didn't have. I mean, NVIDIA and 3DFX came literally years and years later.
And 64, I think, was 1995.
Yeah.
I think Atari just was kind of an afterthought by that point.
Actually, Atari's going through a little bit of a renaissance right now. They've been coming out with some retro consoles, and they've got the Atari VCS. Cordovan has one of those, and he streams some content around that. That's a little underpowered. I don't know that I'd probably spend the money on one. But he's having fun with it.
I'd get a mini PC and just have that be one of the things you can use on it.
Yeah, I mean, you can emulate a lot of stuff if you're okay with dancing around gray areas of copyright infringement.
Nah, they can't prove that I don't own ET. Come on.
Well, I've got a Jaguar emulator on my old PC, but I own all of the original games, so I didn't have anything installed on there that I don't have sitting on a shelf in the living room.
Has any electric crap ton of original Atari games.
Regroup at the entrance. Alright, where the hell is that?
Ooh, All Up got a new car today.
Did he?
Got a Lexus.
Nice.
He traded in his Mustang that he's had for 7 years.
Backpain Jr. says, in my '05 Cavalier, I have a Bluetooth adapter to send a signal to the radio. Jack Trammell, Business is War, if I recall Mr. Atari ST's name. Yep. I think his son Sam was running Atari when they came out with the Jaguar. That's a problem. Regroup near the entrance to the cave. Ain't nobody here. There he is. Well, he took a while to pop up, didn't he?
Put your back to the past and to the wind. In Danes, I allow for chance. I take no such risk in war.
See, to me, this is what is fun about streaming. I'm not trying to show you guys what a great gamer I am, and I'm not trying to give you Lotro lessons or just grind endgame content because I'm so badass. You know, we're just here. I'm playing. I'm enjoying my time. I'm chatting with you guys. We're reminiscing about old video game stuff. We're talking about hummus. It's just a fun, chill night. And what I do may not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. There's an old saying, you can't please everyone. You're not a jar of Nutella. So, you know. So this is an important and very serious question for chat. Do you like Nutella? And if you like Nutella, how do you like to eat it?
With my fingers. On toast.
Corbin Kid says, you got me hooked on hummus.
I'm hooked on phonics.
That's what's shocking about hummus is it's basically good for you. It's like vegetables and stuff. Did you have any vegetables today? Yes, I ate a whole tub of hummus. Moonrager says, like Nutella, but rarely get it due to the cost to product ratio. Give me a good PB&J anytime. PB&J is always a hit in my book. I still love PB&J. One of the things I just tried for the first time, I do a lot of our grocery shopping online with Walmart Plus. And just because of working full-time and taking care of Mrs. M, I just get the groceries delivered so I don't have to go to the store and walk around. And it's just like, yeah. Who the hell cares? But I noticed on the website they had like a Sam's Choice brand of cashew butter, which normally the cashew and almond butter are really expensive. But this jar was, I think it was 12 ounces for like $4.99, which compared to peanut butter is pretty exorbitant. But at the same time, it wasn't a bad price to be able to try cashew butter. It's pretty yummy. It's a more subtle flavor than the peanut butter. It's not quite as dominant, and I've been enjoying it. You can eat it on toast. The problem with it, I think if you put grape or strawberry jelly with it, the jelly would tend to overpower it. If you had something a little more subtle, like a peach or apple jelly, I think that would be a better pairing with it. But it's not quite as stick to the roof of your mouth as the peanut butter typically is. So you can eat it by itself. I had ordered animal crackers for Mrs. M because she always wants dessert after every meal. And they only had chocolate animal crackers, which is weird because normally animal crackers are normally vanilla. But the chocolate animal crackers with the cashew butter dipped on them or spread on them, it's pretty good. My problem with Nutella is the only thing I know how to eat it with effectively is other stuff that's sweet, like Nilla wafers or graham crackers. And that's just a big old sugar bomb right there. Which is why I'm asking. Because I think if I could figure out a less lethal way to enjoy it, I would probably eat Nutella more frequently. But it's a lot of sugar. Graham crackers and Nilla wafers aren't good for you, even if you're not spreading them with Nutella. Guess I already ran down and around here. Mrs. Gipio likes pretzels and Nutella. I could see that. How do I get back there, I wonder? Yeah, I had a big old jar of peanut butter stuffed pretzels I just went through not too long ago. I don't really need to open this because I already went through there. Apparently I needed to pull that lever to redirect the water, so okay. Went by the flying field this afternoon and I was treated to swarms and swarms and swarms of tiny little dark biting gnats. They weren't bothering us as much as they seemed to be bothering some of the other folks out there. Kind of made me glad I didn't take a plane out there. Mrs. M and I just wanted to get out of the house for a while. What are we missing? Twelve of 12 on gears, 7 of 8 on water redirected. This should be 8 of 8. Ta-da! Return to the entrance. Poor deep toad didn't make it. Alright, let's figure out how I got in here in the first place. Edith Eldora checking in. Knicker Breakers! Hello, Edith Eldora. AKA Edie, as we like to call her. Boy, I feel like I haven't talked to you forever, Edie. How have you been? And do you like Nutella? And if you like Nutella, how do you normally eat it? These are some of tonight's questions. And again, for those of us joining late, I missed Lotro Stream last night because I was watching the Nebraska Cornhuskers poop down their own leg while playing Illinois. It was 3/4 of glorious football greatness and 17 minutes of what the hell are you guys thinking?
We have come too far to turn back now. Only a Drak shows mercy in battle.
Tower says Nutella is mediocre, only to be used if there's no marshmallow cream or jelly. Doing all right. I got laid off last week, so kind of sucks, but otherwise I'm good. I'm glad to hear that you are good otherwise. And remember, you were looking for a job when you found that one, so... Ooh, a spectral bear. Take that, you dirty old spectral bear. Take that, you dirty old spectral giant. Kalimnag has been defeated. Hooray! Ancient text retrieved. Mission complete. You never tried Nutella? It doesn't really sound appealing? It's lesser chocolate? I was the weird kid that didn't like the chocolate. It's a taste I acquired as an adult. Mrs. M's not a big chocolate fan either. I'm at the opposite end of the scale. I have a horrible sweet tooth for chocolate.
Put your back to the past and to the wind.
Sorceress of Turrigal. Wonder of the Deep.
Only a drak shows mercy in battle.
So I got to get a character back up to level cap because I missed doing the delving version of Siege of Surland. Okay, what do we got? Do not allow the geode to be destroyed. Apparently I'm protecting the geode. Destroy the Angmarim wards to halt the dwarf whites. Okay. Why can I not destroy this stupid Angmarim ward? Do we have to kill all of the dwarves around it? I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. How do I destroy it? It says to destroy the wards. Can't click on it. I can't attack it. Now, oh, I just have to click at the base. That's really weird. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't letting me click higher up on the thing. You will die a slow, slow death. I'm triple clicking. Usually it's because I'm supposed to click the floaty name. Yeah. I use 3 keys and hotkey them to the nearest item, next item, and use item. Helps a lot with those types of quests. Always good advice. ED says I ate the cake and left the frosting on the plate. My great-grandma used to make the German chocolate cake with the coconut pecan frosting. Man, I love that stuff. You get away from that geode, you dirty old fell spirit. I'm missing one. How am I missing one? Very peculiar. There it is. Mission complete. Go talk to whoever you need to talk to. Moonrager says, good night, Big Ed and everyone. Good to see you again, Ed. Wish you the best. Thanks, Moonrager. Come by anytime. It's always good talking to you.
I allow for chance. I take no such risk in war.
Really, I'm at 19 of 20 on missions complete, and nobody's got anything else for me.
Put your back to the past and to the wind.
Old man glasses activate. See what the quartermaster has for me. I do have 35 tokens. But I need 40. Oh, apparently I'm already wearing one of these. That's a nice pair of shoes. Socketed light treads. My discerning Delver shoes are almost as good, maybe better in some respects. What's Zoya got for me? Complete missions in Gundabad. Probably should have clicked on that before. Oh well. I'm not a smart man.
Long live Thorin Stonehelm. Long live Durin Stonehelmson.
It is fantastic. I wonder what that just did for me. I have no idea. This is the character that we were trying to get through Remerkant on Wednesday nights and just could not quite get it put together. It's pretty funny. I'm carrying around my Writ of Special Passage for no reason. Well. I don't know if any of this other stuff is soloable. Cloven Gap, Leader of the Frost, Battle at the Forge, Battle at the Lofts, Reflections on Gundabad, Daily.
Yes?
I think this would probably get, well, it says it's solo. So this sounds like it'd get me murdered a lot. Let's go try it. No danger, no thrill.
Games I allow for chance. I take no such risk in war. Put your back to the past and to the wind. We have come too far to turn back now. Only a Drak shows mercy in battle. Put your back to the past and to the wind.
What are the odds I have a useless quest I don't need to keep? Probably pretty good. So I have these delving weeklies started, but of course, I'm no longer level capped, so I can't do them. Karn Doom, Battle for Angmar, Imlad Morgul, Gundabad, Elder Slade, Dwarf Holds. This looks like something I don't need to worry about. We'll cancel that. Collect bread and draughts.
Put your back to the past.
Alright, let's go kill a bunch of stuff. Singer says you can always hit them with those RK arrows if you get in trouble. Good call. Hello, Zinger. Makeup stream for skipping last night. He did not make it. He did not make it. Come here, you dirty old Angmarim. He did not make it. Makeup stream, did you raid Mrs. M's lipstick again? No, I watched the stupid Huskers lose to Illinois last night instead of being here. For some reason they scheduled a Friday night game. Also, I think Do Not Fall is broken. I haven't been able to cast it on myself all night. I don't really want to be standing there when those drakes come to murder me. Okay, we're good on that. Oh, I do need to defeat Frost Tusks. Why does it have Frost Tusks on here twice? That seems weird. It's 1 of 8. Two of 8. I can use more Frost Tusks. Huh. Do we have to kill the goblins that were with them? Alright, drakes were easy. Drakes seem to replenish fairly quickly. Not having the same effect on these Frost Tusks. Okay, hopefully that'll respawn a Frost Tusk or two. There's some frost tusks. Okay, good. Remember, anytime you're killing orcs, it's a good thing. Or hobgoblins. Or orcs. Die, villainous scum. See, that's what your first mistake watching football. At least I assume college games haven't added some of those new odd rules they have in the pros. And probably more odd rules. Seven of 8 on frost tusks. Alright, frost tusks are done. There's 2 bosses who randomly spawn. I haven't seen either one of them. Enemy forces have renewed their assault. Is that a boss warning? Nope. Drakes. It looked like it was pointing me up this direction, but just invisible wall. Neither of the bosses spawned. I could just stay here and keep mercilessly slaughtering stuff, but it's kind of boring. I don't know. Where's your boss? My name is Karen and I want to talk to your manager. Ooh, poop. Yeah, I got a little cocky there, finally. Yeah, it's alright. I didn't notice how low my health had gotten. I'd been wrecking everything for so long I wasn't paying attention. Where's the terrible what's his name? Says the terrible what's his name's appeared. I don't see the terrible what's his name. Oh, there we go. Enemy forces. Well, that's fine. Where's the boss I'm supposed to kill? Okay, I give up. I'm bored with this. Says Grasmok has entered the fray. I don't see Grasmok. I didn't kill Grasmok. I haven't found Grasmok. I don't see Grasmok. Stairs to the east. Well, now these stupid drakes are on me. And burn down again. There we go. Like all of a sudden their damage output is a lot stronger. I don't know what changed. Okay, stairwell to the east. This looks like an eastern stairwell. There's no boss up here. Is that the eastern stairwell? Well, let's deal with these stupid drakes again. Really? That looked like it hurt. There's the boss. Come here, you. Let's hotfoot you. He did not make it. Okay, so that's one of the bosses. Now where's this other jackwagon? Grasmuk has fallen. Okay. The other boss comes down the same stairs, but you have to kill a bunch of drakes to spawn him. Well, I can kill a bunch of drakes. I can't kill a drake as fast as Kendrick Lamar, but I'll try. Yeah, that was a good call attacking me instead of that fulgurite stone that was zapping you, dummy. Alright, where's the boss? Where's that other band of drakes? And where comes this band of drakes? We will hit them again. Alright, now we got another boss. Oh, he's a Frost Grim? This is gonna suck. Got him. Alright. Goodbye. That's a sweep. Edie, did you laugh at my Kendrick Lamar joke? Thank you for that. One of our former club presidents was making fun of me in my air show music selections. One of the songs I used to open it with was an old Chuck Berry tune called Around and Around. He made some comment about how we needed music from this century. So this year I threatened that I was going to program the whole air show to using only Kendrick Lamar diss tracks. And I don't think many of the club members even got the reference. Took you a minute, but you got there eventually. I'm just trying to be hip, trying to be relatable to the kids, because I know that, there's a lot of the Utes who like Lotro. What's funny about it is there's a whole generation now that probably don't even remember the Lord of the Rings trilogy when the movies came out. It's like ancient history to them. Is the trilogy 20 years old, 25 years old now? I mean, it's funny to think that anybody under a certain age is going to be like, what the hell is Lord of the Rings?
Our need is dire.
Getting close to 25, yeah. So you start talking to a high school senior about the Lord of the Rings, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? You'd have to be like, the Hobbit prequel. It would be very confusing for everybody. Where did I come in from? This door, I think. Alright, everybody. It was good to dust off Mandalinia and do some questing and run around Gundabad, and I didn't hate doing missions too badly. There wasn't anything that was really horrible tonight, so that was good. Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here. I just appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Let's see who else is streaming Lotro tonight. We've got Potino Bowen. We've got the Questing Dad. We've got Professor Teacher G. Let's go raid the Questing Dad. He's good people. Before I do, though, let me shout out Potine O'Bowen. I raid Potine a lot. He's good people. And we'll shout out Professor Teacher G. So you've got a lot of good Lotro streamers to choose from tonight. And I haven't raided the Questing Dad in a while. So thank you for hanging out with me tonight. It was fun getting a bonus stream in this week since I decided to watch Nebraska blow another game. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. I'll be around tomorrow playing shooty boats. Come by and say hello, and we'll talk to y'all then. Peace out.